Hi, welcome. I'm Priscilla Batzell. This is Expressionist Fluid Art Studio Gallery's demonstrations and tutorials. Let's have some fun. This is my 16-inch by 20-inch canvas. I have some Chantilly lace that's going to come into play in a minute. I'm going to start my water theme with some gold interference and follow it with some blue interference, and some green interference, figuring they're going to make a resist. So that was the gold interference. I love the blue. And maybe it'll show, and maybe it'll just leave an area that's devoid of the colors I'm going to add on top. One color I didn't grab was, and I'm almost out of, it seems like, the violet. If I can get some out really quickly, I will use it. I've never done exactly this. I know I haven't. I've just pulled the top off. Oh, there we go. Usually, I would take advantage of the fact that I like interferences on a black canvas, and if this works, that could happen next. But it's not going to happen here or now. The only thing I haven't, whoops, that was not right. The only one I haven't used so far is green. And I do intend on covering these colors over before I smear them. This is the green. You can almost see the color, but not really. Now comes the next part, and I said I was going to add some Chantilly lace, and now I don't feel like it anymore, but I'm going to do it anyway. That's enough of that. Oh, I just found some Arabian Sea, which is a primary element. And if it'll come out, we'll use some. So obviously getting ready for a time to mix some art fluid or something to thin that into it. I like, with my greens and turquoises, I like a little red violet. So before I run out of the opportunity, I'm going to use some. This is a total experiment. I'm going to put that away. I've got Cerulean Sea, which is a purely pigment. It's going to be totally bizarre to watch this unfold. Thought about it, and I want to add a little bit of Oriental Blue, which is also sans shimmer and is a purely pigment. Now it's important I get enough paint on my canvas at this point so that it will cover when I smear it. and I don't want to over smear it. This is sea glass. This is I'm not sure whether that's, I don't think it's a Prizm pour, so it's probably a primary element. And it is a fabulous green. One of my favorites. We may call that one back in. I've got sparkling aqua. I'm going to try a little bit of that. If it's open, pull the top right off. That's a pretty color. I want to use some cerulean blue. I've got a bunch pulled out. I just don't want to use everything. I just want to feel my way through it. I'm hoping that that's mixed still from yesterday. Trying to get kind of close to the edge in some cases. Now pretty much every line that I'm putting down is going to show, theoretically, in my experience. Almost ready. It's just that I'm being called to deep amethyst and I'm not sure I want to do that. So I'm going to try the Whispering Wisteria first, assuming I can get it open quickly. It wants to open. There we go, I got it. Yay. Those are pretty colors. I'm trying to make up my mind if it's Mystique or Vibrant Aqua, and maybe it's just both. Mystique is a primary element. My pet mosquito has joined us. I'd like to grab that. I'd like to end it, actually. I'm going to stop messing with that. Use the Vibrant Aqua, and I think that'll be more than enough. It looks like it's going to be a lot. Another one that's plugged. Alright, now comes the fun part. So here goes nothing. I'm going to grab a scrape dish. I'm going to tuck the strings in on my painting pants so I don't drag them through the painting. Scrape dish coming right up. I see something in the paint already. Now on the next edge I'm going to start on, I'm just going to keep scraping off my colors, like so. That way I have a chance to fill in my edges. Keep your eye out for the odd impedance. Colors don't usually mix as well as these are. It wasn't part of the plan. I have a little strand of dried paint from the edge of my spatula, so I should maybe grab another one. If I can clean it off real quick, I will. Let's go from a different direction. I can't believe how well that mixed. And I see something in there. Finally got it. So scrape that off so there's no mistake. I'm thinking at some point in time in the future I should probably use some white in part of this process. But I guess that's why I use the Chantilly lace. Just using the tip of my spatula. I've always wanted to use some white cell activator, so I don't know when that's going to happen. But for right now, this is a good background for whatever's coming next. And I could definitely still use some white cell activator if I was of a mind to. See, even if I pull it over on a different trajectory, I'm still going to get the original lines somewhat in any case. Now if I was going to try some cell activator, this would be the time. So if I scrape that off there, ooh, it opened. I'm going to try some. I should probably wipe off my spatula first, huh? Or at least fill that gap I just saw. And any other ones I see. I don't really see too many. Although that looks like I just exposed an edge. I'm going to backfill that. Alright, a couple more. The canvas is pre-primed, so I could leave them. Here goes nothing. It's a very surreal wave, if that's what it is. And I kind of love it. Might just be as simple as it looks. Or I could add some more if I wanted to. Take my excess and let it go down over the edge. Kind of love that. I want to do it again, but I'm not sure I want to get rid of everything that I love over here. It did blend though, so rub all the drips that are falling down on the edges in. Otherwise they'll dry in little drip shapes. I'll have to find a way to integrate them, and they don't integrate well. If I do this section, I'm going to be sorry about that. Why don't I knock off everything on my spatula and make a decision? I'm going to wipe off my spatula. First I need to wet my kitchen sponge. I am quite certain you will not need all these colors. I am busy wiping off my spatula with a paper towel. I'm just going for it. Probably could have used silver. That might have been a good idea. I didn't think of that. Too late. Still kept quite a few nice colors. And more may show up, because a lot of times the cell activator just dissipates to expose cells, and it's looking very pretty and lacy. Got other cell activator colors. I'm just not really thinking about them right now. That's pretty simple. I'm going to put some of this cell activator right down on my little palette. Dip an edge in. Part of me wants to put spirals in. But I think I'm pretty well done, with the exception of, letting the colors that are sliding over the sides become part of the edge color. I like this. It's kind of not too complicated. Thank you for joining me. Please share a thumbs up and subscribe. Choose all when you click the bell if you're going to help me out. If you're interested in a certain method, I have a wide assortment of playlists sharing different methods. Please watch as much of my video as possible to positively affect the algorithm. easpbgallery@gmail.com is my email address to inquire about a private class or the purchase of artwork. Please feel free to ask questions. They're always welcome. My channel survives with the assistance of channel memberships and PayPal donations, and I want to send a huge thank you out to all my supporters.